guys, Steve Wolbach, your friendly public adjuster. Today I wanted to share a brief experience I had with, I actually was speaking with a lawyer that handles a specific insurance company, all their litigation when they end up through property and casualty, where you have a situation where the client, being the homeowner, has suffered damage. The insurance adjuster has gone out and looked at things and has denied the claim. And the homeowner has now gotten representation through a public adjuster, which they should have gotten from the very beginning, but that's okay. They get it after the fact, and the public adjuster tries to negotiate with the insurance adjuster, and of course he's not budging. You know, this is the way it is. This is not a loss that's claimable. We don't cover this, and that's that. Well, the public adjuster knows better, knows that that's not the case. And they take the attitude, in this situation that was shared with me from this lawyer, she was talking about a situation where she looked at all the facts, and it was roughly a $25,000 loss. Which is a substantial loss. I don't know too many people that are carrying $25,000 in their pockets right now, but her contact with the insurance company was explaining to her that he wanted her to take this case and to litigate for them, representing that the stand that the insurance company was taking, which is, we're not paying this. It's not a claim that should be paid on. It's not covered. She had shared with me the fact that she explained to them that she recommended not to take this position, just to pay this and just to move on. And the representative from the insurance company had said, no, we're going to make an example. It's the principle. We don't want to pay on this thing, so take it to court. Okay. Well, it ended up, they went to court. I don't recall what the time frame was, but when it was all said and done, and it didn't happen overnight, but when it was all said and done, it ended up, the ruling was that the insurance company was on the hook to pay the $25,000. And now, on top of that, the insurance company has these legal fees from the firm that they had retained the services to represent this claim. Well, here they had the audacity to go to this individual and ask about a reduction in what their fees were. I don't recall exactly what the dollar value was, so I don't want to throw anything out. But they were looking at, well, we need to try to cut our losses on things. We already paid the $25. Now we have to pay these legal fees. And they were asking, give me a reduced rate. Well, of course, the way the individual had responded was like, "Are you crazy? What do you mean? I told you in the very beginning, I had advised you not to pursue this, and you went and did. Then you retained my services to represent you during this, which I did to my fullest, to the best of my ability. Unfortunately, it was a case that was doomed to lose. So now, after I've invested my time and energy, we need to be compensated, and we're not cutting our fee." That's the mentality of the insurance company. We can do whatever we want. We can be a big bully. And that's what they were trying to do there. They were trying to be a big bully, number one, to the homeowner by saying, go ahead, take us to court, sue us. We'll see you in court, to try to intimidate them so that they wouldn't go. But they did. And then, on top of that, they started bullying their own legal counsel, where they wanted them to cut the fees to soften the blow that they've sustained by having this legal representation. Insurance companies are bullies. They work with intimidation. So many people say, "Oh, I don't want to file a claim. They'll drop you." If I had a nickel for every time I hear something like that, I always say to people, an insurance company that would do something like that, you don't want to be with them to begin with. And remember, there are hundreds and hundreds of insurance companies. If this one isn't treating you properly and fairly, move on. You've got so many choices. Now, they're not the names that you're used to hearing. Doesn't matter. If they're able to write business in the specific state, which they had to go through the insurance and banking department within each of those states, just like the ones that you recognize, they filed the paperwork. They've had their what do I want to say? They've had a check run on them. They meet the criteria from the state that allows them to write business within that state. So the bottom line to this is, don't get intimidated. Insurance companies are not your friend. Someday I hope you'll wake up and realize that insurance companies are in business to make money. Nothing wrong with that. I've said that in the past. I'll reiterate it. It's how they go about maintaining and keeping their money is the issue. How does an insurance company lose their money? Real simple. When somebody files a claim and the insurance adjuster goes out there and looks at the damage, and then he minimizes the claim instead of paying the full amount of that loss, because that's giving away the company's profits. That's not what they're in business to do. They're there to make the money, which when they write a new policy, they generate a premium, right? They get the money, and they've just made that X amount of money to increase their financial stability. In the same token, they want to keep it. It's only a one-way street when you deal with insurance companies. It's not a two-way. The money flow, they say follow the money. Well, the money only comes into the insurance companies. They really aren't designed for the money to go out. That's the tricky part there. The homeowner just doesn't seem to have that concept, doesn't understand that. Insurance companies can only be wealthy if they hold on to the money that they've generated through their premiums. If they're paying out big settlements, they're losing their capital. That's not what they're in business for. They're in business to make money. And as they make money, those companies that are publicly traded on the stock exchange, they get to then show record high profits. They get to show that they're paying out quarterly dividends. Wouldn't that attract new investors to want to invest in this company's stock? Of course it would. And the only way they can do that is to be able to hold on to this money and not have it go out. So there's no incentive whatsoever for that insurance adjuster when he comes through that front door to look at this loss, for him to really make you a large settlement of all the damage that you've really suffered. It's just not there. Guys, I hope that that sheds some light on things. I hope that makes some sense to you. We're trying to break it down to the very basic. It's not a matter of opinion. This is how the business works. And if you think about that, I mean, yeah, it doesn't make sense. Why would the insurance company want to pay me a big settlement? Well, they don't. That's the idea. So how do I get a big settlement? Or let's rephrase it. How do I get paid fairly on all the damage I've just suffered? Well, you get paid fairly when you have representation, when somebody is there standing up for your rights. You don't know what your policy says. You don't know the procedure. You don't know how to go through the process. That's why you'd retain the services of a public adjuster. That's the value we add to this. And we do it quite well. Guys, if you find yourself in a situation where you're going with something currently, give me a call. Chances are I'm able to help you. If you did something perhaps last year and we're still within a year, give me a call. Even though you were paid something or not paid something, that doesn't mean that the claim's over. As long as the 1 year has not gone beyond, I have the ability that I can reopen that, and 9 times out of 10 we get you a check. Wouldn't that be nice? That's found money all of a sudden coming to you. I don't think you'd be upset with that. All right. And of course, how we are compensated is when the insurance company cuts the check, we have a fee that comes out of that check. It's not coming directly out of your pocket. It's coming out of the efforts that we did negotiating on your behalf to build that level up to that point. Insurance companies love to throw out there, you take the homeowner's money. No, we don't. And they know it. But, they know also that the homeowner, when they hear that, I tuned into that part. I'm not listening how they're saying that the insurance company's not my friend, but I'm certainly hearing how, yeah, they're taking my money. That seems to resonate more than the real facts. That's not a real fact. That's somebody convoluting, twisting the facts to put a bad light on us and to take the spotlight off of them. But that's I would only expect that. I wouldn't expect anything short of that. But the light deserves to be on the insurance company. As I say, there's no friendship there. There's no loyalty. Insurance companies do what they do because they can, pure and simple. So if you want a fair shake, you need to get somebody involved, somebody like us. Guys, I hope that made some sense. If you have any questions, please give me a call. If you'd like to make a comment, comment on there. If you would you give me one of those? Would you also share this with others? And would you subscribe to my page? I appreciate you listening. I hope you give this some thought. It'll definitely make sense if you think this through. And have yourselves a great day. Until next time, God bless you.